Hello and welcome to Reviews. Oh, here we have Avengers number 13. Okay, in case you haven't seen previous videos, I'm just going to come right out and say I don't care about Avengers 1 million BC. I've mentioned this many times. Um, they don't interest me. Okay, maybe the Phoenix one's kind of interesting. I don't know if we'll actually get an origin in this. You figure that would be more in the X-Men books, who the first Phoenix host was. And of course, Odin, he's still around today. We know mythology. We don't really need his origin. But I have problems with this book other than that. So we had the what was it, the Dark Celestial storyline, and then Doctor Strange noped out. Um, and then it started to work into the kind of Atlantis attacks type storyline that they were doing with Submariner, and you see him getting all vicious, and it looked like he killed Stingray, but somehow dialogue implies he survived, and then that kind of fizzled out. We went into the Winter Guard thing, and then now we're going into the Vampire War. Um, but the problem is the Atlantis attack storyline, and that's just what I'm calling it. That looked like it was leading up to. Um, Seemed like it kind of fizzled out. Um, it almost seemed like someone higher up, maybe at some editorial level, editorial at Marvel, paying attention, right? Um, put in the kibosh on that storyline and say, "Whoa, turn it down. Let's just turn this into a Cold War." Since Namor was still on the X-Men in the X-Men books at the time, so you know you're reading in Avengers where he's nearly killing Stingray, although it looked like it did. But then over in in X-Men, Red, I think it was, he was still hanging out. So that fizzles out, and then we get these kind of start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. And in between, we get these issues, these Avengers 1 million. And it's like, where's the consistency with this book? What's going on? It- Is this a, is this what he's planning? Is this how he's pitching? Is this his storyline for the year plot that he turned in? Does Marvel even do that anymore? Okay, my rant about that is over. Let's talk about this cover. Has anyone complained about this cover yet? I'm not on Twitter much. I don't really uh, do that. I'm too busy to constantly be on Twitter. I'm not a Marvel writer. I have a real job. I don't have time to be constantly on Twitter, complaining or looking at everything. But how is no one complaining about this cover yet? I mean, we have pretty much the center of the camera is, center of the picture coming right at us is Iron Fist 1 millionth hoo-ha. I mean, it's like a flying cooter attack going on, Um, okay, granted, her legs are closer, but it's the whole thing got a little bit spread. She's not Iron Foot. She's Iron Fist. So her feet, her fists are in the back plane here, almost in the background. Now I know she's supposed to be leaping off this um, cliff or whatever. Iron Fist is going to kick you in the face. I know she's a martial artist; she can use her feet just as much as her fists. But really, this is the best pose we can do on a cover with a woman who is only wearing a bra and a loincloth. This is the best. Now, we had that Heroes in Crisis cover that was leaked, I think, was it issue 6 with Poison Ivy. She's laying on her side, drawing out the symbol. It looks like in blood, and, she looks dead. And people complained about, you could see the shape of her butt, you know. Um, and, that one I can kind of see, it's almost like sexualizing a corpse. Yeah, I can, people that complain about that, I didn't think it was that big of a deal personally because they all wear skin tight costumes. And yeah, she was on her side, it'd be like if she was in yoga pants, it wouldn't be much different. But I could see I can understand why people are complaining about that. This, this is right up. everyone is her gynecologist. Really? No one's complaining about this? Now, Grant, I'm going to tell you, I'm not offended by this. I just think it's an odd stylistic choice. And how no one is complaining about it, I'm surprised. And here I am talking for 5 minutes. I haven't even talked about this book yet. We'll try some little different, go a little bit quicker, a little bit less in depth on the book, because it's boring and it's repetitive. I'll be honest. So basically, yeah, here are the Avengers. You're not going to see them in this book. They who are not in this book. So it starts off with Kunlun. We're introduced to Fan Fei, who is, she lives here. She is their biggest criminal, and she's basically brought to trial. You can beg for mercy, but it's not going to be granted. What was her sin? What was her crime? She went out into the world, left their secret city to teach cavemen kung fu. No, literally, kung fu, not martial arts. I taught kung fu to cavemen. Okay. She snuck out to do that. She had noble intentions, they're being attacked and everything, help defend them, help them defend themselves. Doesn't say why she snuck out originally, why she went out there, but hey, she was there. That's doesn't matter, that was her crime. So her punishment is, first, the people that she taught kung fu to are going to be fed to the giant dragon, thrown off the edge here, and she's going to be fed to them as well, to the dragon as well, but she gets to watch the people she taught the secret martial arts. She gets to watch them die first. And yeah, so the first caveman, the dragon's breath turned him into a flaming puddle almost instantly. And as they start dying, she breaks out of her chains and, attacks her guards. And she decides if she's going down, she's taking the dragon with her. And so, yeah, in this book, they kind of call the attack. And she goes right through the dragon's head with a double hammer fist of exquisite doom. And she kills the dragon, but in the process, basically absorbs its power. Even though she's been breaking rocks with her fist since the age of 8, now she's burning now, and she has the power. So she's exiled, sent out into the world, and let the scars of your crime be forever known as a mark of shame. And you love those Earthmen so much, enjoy spending eternity with them. You and your foul iron fist. And so, yeah, now she's all alone in a strange and harsh land. So she decides she's going to basically protect the Earth people. She won't teach the cavemen martial arts anymore, but she will protect them. And but freedom, as I would learn, always comes at a price. Sometimes a bloody one. So she spends most of her time fighting these, how do you say that? The Corgilla clan? Corgilla clan? Kind of a tongue twister for me. Corgilla clan. Basically these 8 men. And so yeah, I wanted to show this page because, they keep showing her attacks, and then you get this silly one. Krakatoa Face Exploder. Yeah. And that's basically what the issue is. It's talking about how she is fighting the gorilla men, and they keep coming back. But in the process, she's tempted by the fiery snake. And what is your name, beast? I'm happy you asked. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am called and then, drunken mongoose knife hand. You see? See? He's a snake of wealth and taste. Yeah. We get the Rolling Stones reference. Yeah, we got it. So, and it goes on, the snake ends up turning to the, Mephisto ends up turning to the gorilla men, and he offers them something of amazing power. And I'm not going to spoil it. I'm actually going to stop here. I'm going to try and do more, as was said, classic reviews. I'm going to try something a little bit different. Normally, I don't, I try and keep the ending, I try and keep the ending spoiler free, not just for copyright, but in case people are reading it. You notice I skim a lot of things, but I'm going to do this a little bit shorter because, like I said, trying something new, and I don't like this book. It's, yeah, we get it. You're fighting the Gorilla Men, you've been exiled. There's a couple more little twists to it, but they're not terribly interesting. It's just, and maybe it's me. If people are into the Avengers 1 million BC, good on you. I mean, if you're liking this, go ahead. I don't care for it myself, and I really hate the fact that the Avengers storyline keeps building up and then stopping with these. This book, at least, I will grant, seems that it introduces something new that um, like I said, the object of immense power actually seems like this may play a part in some of the things that are being built toward. Um, but overall, it's just, I don't care. How many times have I said that this review? I don't care about these characters. I came to read the Avengers. Well, mostly I came to read She-Hulk, and I don't care about the whole stupid what they're doing with Thor and that stupid romance. It's, oh, I didn't come for Avengers 1 million. If they had their own book, put it out so I can promptly not buy it. 4 o'clock. I'm going to give this a 4 o'clock. Only, I'm go lower, but only because something finally happens. We get some kind of bigger secret. And if Jason Aaron, the writer, is playing this long game where he's introducing things slowly, by doing this, he's really breaking up the story flow, the issue to issue. It's like, oh, well, we had Blade in the last issue. I really like Blade. Guess I'll have to wait another couple weeks before I can see him again. But one thing I will say, the art is not bad. The art's pretty good. So I'll compliment the art. That's really what kept it higher. That, and it looks like something may be happening. But yeah, most of it almost feels like a fill-in issue. And you know what? You're the regular writer. You should not have fill-in issues. You shouldn't have this many fill-in issues. Anyway, that's it. I can't really bring myself to talk about it. And the first 5 minutes were basically talking about how much I don't like this book and this cover. And yeah, I'm done. I say I'm done. I say all the time, but I'll keep going because it's the only way I can see my favorite character, Jen Walters. And I'm bringing this stupid book, but I'm this close. I am this close to dropping this book and just saying, screw it, wait for the next round. I'm kind of interested with the vampire storyline, but is that just going to peter out like they've been doing with the other storylines? That's the way things have been going with Jason Aaron. We'll get another Avengers 1 million origin story halfway through, so... Anyway, I'm done. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please comment. Are you liking this book? Am I just jaded? Is it me? Because I'll admit if I'm wrong. I have no problems doing that. But this book is... let's just stare at her crotch a little bit more. That's the most interesting part. Oh, sorry, male gaze. I shouldn't do that. So yeah, we'll just look at this instead. We'll look at Ben Grimm. Anyways, as always, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.